On any given day in the United States, around 2 million people are being held in federal, state, local, juvenile, immigration, and other detention centers. But when you look at who comes under correctional control over a whole year, that number is closer to 10 million people, which is...
It is traumatic to a community when disproportionately there is an absence of men in the community because so many of them are serving such long sentences. You know, and having a parent that's in prison, you don't have your mom supporting you through life, or you don't have your dad encouraging you in ways that are necessary to develop. They're also wearing the burdens of their parents' crime. They didn't commit a crime.
My mother was incarcerated when I was younger. I was a baby, and I went into foster care.
I was in my mom's belly when he went to jail. When my dad gets out, I'll be 15.
My dad is so far.
They gave my dad 20 years, and that's a long time.
In America today, if you are black, you are 5 times more likely to go to prison than if you're white. And the average black family is 8 times poorer than the average white family. The mid-80s and 90s saw unemployment rise as high as 90% in many poor black communities. Young people didn't see jobs in their areas, but they did see a massive drugs market. Crack cocaine was believed to be more socially damaging than powder cocaine. So the Anti-Drug Abuse Act created a sentencing difference between the two drugs.
If you were caught with 5 grams of crack cocaine versus 500 grams of powder cocaine, you would be sentenced to the same mandatory minimum prison sentence, at least 5 to 10 years in prison. The programs of the drug war continued targeting low-income communities of color with more police, more surveillance, and eventually more incarceration under much harsher sentences.
The American legal system is, by design, by its very nature, by its results, it is racist. This is not happenstance. This is not someone's negligence. We didn't stumble into this. But it was always designed to marginalize a certain group of people.
People of color are overrepresented in the criminal justice system, whether it's prison or otherwise. But I don't think it is the criminal justice system itself that is necessarily completely responsible. I think it begins much earlier in the process. All of those things that are often absent in communities that are struggling with high crime rates and poverty.
In 2016, Louisiana changed its state law. Prisoners sentenced to life using the Habitual Offenders Act were eligible for parole after 15 years if their sentence was based on fewer than 3 violent crimes.
I served 20 in Angola, 3.5 in the parish, which came out to be about 24 years altogether. Once you commit a crime and you go in and do some time for that crime, you're supposed to be paid your debt to society.
Despite evidence showing how disproportionately the law is applied to African Americans across the country, the justice system continues to lock up black men in huge numbers, and the harsh sentences haven't significantly impacted levels of crime.
The best social science research that we have shows no correlation between incarceration and crime rates. So the idea that somehow mass incarceration has led to a decline in crime, the best research that we have indicates that the two are not related.
The habitual offender law, I feel like it's a slavery, it's an entrapment of the slavery laws. That's about the bottom line of it, really. You know, that's what they're really using it for.